Hello, everyone. I'm Professor Geek. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a rewatch yet again on the Professor Geek channel. We're going to be watching Return of the Jedi. I'm very excited about that to finish out our original Star Wars trilogy rewatches. They spanned out a good ways, but with me, as always, is my trusty TA, Big Al. Say hi, Al.
Hi, Al.
And the Klingon cleric himself, Troy.
The Force will be with you always.
And his ever so lovely bride, Netter. Welcome, Net.
Hi, how is everyone doing tonight? I'm actually wearing my Star Wars pajamas. Just
She
for the
is.
occasion.
She's not lying.
Awesome. What kind of design?
Every time I see her name, I think of Nutter Butter.
Those are really good. I love those.
Yes.
So Fanman does have the link, and he said tonight's their last family night before the winter break is over. So
okay.
So he might not be able to join us, but he might pop in at some point. So
cool.
We shall see.
I
was talking to
family men. Oh, God.
I know, right?
His priorities are all messed up.
I know. I was watching my nieces tonight, but I was like, you gotta have somebody come relieve me at 9 because I gotta get home for a rewatch. So, and I apologize. I'm probably gonna be coughing occasionally. I thought it was a cold, but last night it devolved into straight up flu. I was like running a fever. I couldn't break. It was rough.
Did you get
much better
flu shot?
No, I missed a flu shot this year. I was weighted and I was stupid. But
I still think you could technically get one.
In case you in case you have the same situation I did, don't wait. Go to the doctor. Nanette had what do you call it? A nasal infection. I had a chest infection.
No, what was weird is that I felt like I had a lot of fluid in my lungs and my ears were hurting. So I figured I had bronchitis and a double ear infection. And we figured he had the sinus infection. And when we got there and they examined, they're like, oh no, they said you have a really bad sinus infection. And to Troy, you have bronchitis. It's like, wait, what?
Oh, wow. Well, it's interesting. I've got a really good immune system. I always say it's straight from Krypton because I don't get infections at all, like no sinus infections or chest infections, no ear infections ever since I was a child. I get these colds and then they just go away eventually. The cough usually lingers for a while, but I've always been lucky about that. I do have a doctor's appointment in February, though, just check up stuff anyway. So I'll definitely.
So this is what happens when a bunch of old people get together and start talking.
Exactly. Right.
Well,
I got a doctor's appointment this week.
It's not that bad until I start laughing, and you guys make me laugh. So that's when the coughs and the itchy throat comes. But,
in our defense, everyone around us at work has been sick, and instead of staying home and taking care of themselves, they're coming to the office and working, and it's like, I don't want to get what you have.
But hey, we're on the upswing, and I got a bunch of cracking in me, so I feel great.
There you go.
Not my fault. I was in the shower once he poured that, so.
Goodman4, thank you very much for the $5 super chat right out the gate. In some way, I always feel bad as I did not know the EU until 2013 when I was growing up. I never know that there was more than the movies and show. I'm right there with you, Goodman4. I am very much a Johnny come lately to the EU, but I am just blown away by it and loving it in every way. I read through Dawn of the Jedi, the novel, the comics, and into Tales of the Jedi. And I got distracted and had to do some other stuff in life, but I came back to them. I'm actually rereading them. And let me just go over this. Well, a couple things first. I was talking to, I'm hearing that echo. Al, do you mind turning your headphones down just a touch?
Yes, I do mind.
I was talking to Troy about which version we should watch because, of course, the theatrical version is the best. And we all have that thanks to Troy. But I don't think most people have access to that, or people who watch the replay or whatever. So I think just to make it easier, because Troy was saying it was really difficult when he was trying to watch along on the Superman version, and we had that one with like 5 extra minutes or something like that. He was saying how difficult it was to kind of pair up occasionally with different scenes and stuff. So I think we're just going to go ahead and watch the one that's readily available to everybody. If it's on Disney Plus or whatever, Return of Jedi. Technically, it's the specialized edition or whatever. Still, Return of the Jedi just has some of Lucas's afterthoughts and stuff, So, but so that's
more num num.
Num what?
Yeah, no nub nub.
The ending song.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That and the song and the song in Jabba's palace.
So
is different.
Before we get started, 2 things I wanted to share. So we have first is Star Wars is as far as EU goes, I'm old school, so I was EU before there was an EU. I was reading Splinter of the Mind's Eye and
Awesome.
Han Solo at Star's End and all that. So I kept up with that, throughout. And I kind of understand that not everyone's into the EU because there was some really bad stuff out there, but there was some good stuff, and I was in it from the beginning. Heck, I even read Bantha tracks because I was a fan club member from the 70s. The other thing I wanted to share is that Nanette is, as we've always said, Nanette is my enabler, and she spent the day making sure that the dioramas that I'm working on are going to be crewed with all the droids, because for Christmas she got me the Jawa Sandcrawler, and she went through and went on eBay and bid on all of the droids that would be needed for the sale of the droids diorama. So she is looking out for me over here.
Wow.
Yep.
Nanette, you've got to have a sister or a cousin or something. Come on.
She does have a sister, but
I'll
I would
take
not
it.
wish her sister
I
on my
I would
list.
take a simple genetic sample.
You would not want to. Yeah, you would not want to hook up with any of my sisters.
Yeah,
Trust me.
no.
No.
I got the good one.
Yeah, they're kind of dysfunctional. Well, one of them's married. The other one is single, but yeah, they're totally dysfunctional. I'm the only normal one in my family.
Maybe I can just find a hot girl and send her to like study under you for a while.
that we can arrange, yeah.
I'll teach you all the good stuff. This is where you find all the good deals.
Agent Boomer, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Have any of you ranked the Star Wars movies like Big Al? Well, my thing, I only recognize 6 Star Wars movies. Well, the Ewoks movies, I'll recognize those as well. I mean, they're not great.
And the holiday special.
And the holiday special, that's right. So my list is a lot shorter. It's hard for me though, because I when it comes to a standalone film, I guess I'd probably have to agree with Al that New Hope is just like, it's all there, it's all self-contained. But Return of the Jedi is really just right up there with New Hope for me. I mean, Empire Strikes Back is wonderful, of course, but there's so many things I love about Return of the Jedi. We'll talk about that when we get started here in a second. Just to let people know, just in case you want to queue up here while we're bantering and stuff, I've got it paused at this 10-second mark as soon as A Long Time Ago in a Galaxy Far, Far Away hits the screen. It's 10 seconds on my DVD.
Let me get there.
So if everybody wants to do that.
Missing the iconic 20th Century Fox fanfare.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if different versions people might have would have that or not.
Well, I'm also noticing that on mine, the 20th Century Fox fanfare takes longer than his.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm at 20.
I do want to share this one thing while everybody's queuing
I'm
up.
at 22. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. You're at 22?
Oh, no, I say if anyone has the MP4, I'm at 22.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's good for people to know. I wanted to share this while people are queuing up there. This is theexpandeduniverse.com, because of course we're watching this. We're making sure we get this rewatch in because we're going to start a book club on Thursday night here on the channel going through Heir to the Empire, which is the EU's sequel trilogy, which I think is just amazing and should have been made into films. So we're going to start the book club on that first one on Thursday. This is somebody who really helped me, Edward Antonowitz, who comes on the channel in the chat. I don't know, he might be here already, but he's somebody who helped me get into the expanded universe a lot, sharing with me his spreadsheet and everything, or document, with all the works in order and stuff. And this is somebody else, Matt Wilkins, and he has a YouTube channel, and he runs this website, theexpandeduniverse.com, and he's got newborn twins right now, so his schedule's kind of all over the place too. But we've been talking via email, and he's really cool guy.
Jade and Jason?
That would they're twin girls, but that'd be awesome if he did. That'd be awesome, yeah. But no, they're twin girls. But he's done all kind of cool stuff. So eventually, when their schedules can line up, I'm going to interview him on the channel because he just recently did a crowdfund, and they're actually going to do this. They crowdfunded billboards to go up on the Lucasfilm employees' routes to their work that say, "Give us more expanded universe stories." I was like, how freaking cool is that? Like, they go up in April, he said, the billboards, and that's like
genius.
Isn't it awesome? That's just great. So, theexpandeduniverse.com.
If they decide to do any funding or anything like that, I'm all in.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's just so.
I'd like to point out, I've never seen this person in chat before, but I love the name Fonzie Lopez.
Fonzie
I think
Lopez.
I've seen Fonzie Lopez around before.
Fonzie Lopez. I haven't seen Fonzie Lopez, but great name. And I see one Miss Mara Jade, aka the caffeinated commentator.
Yeah,
with
she
us.
says, we all know that Professor Geek, your favorite EU character is Mara Jade. Hey, hot redhead. And Mara Jade, according to the EU, she's kind of behind the scenes here in Return of the Jedi at one point. We'll talk about that. A key moment. So.
And I was just wondering if Mara Jade wanted to share any news, but I'll leave that up to her.
Okay, remove that. All right, we're good. Yeah, we'll see what she wants to do there in the chat. But welcome to everybody in the chat. Sorry, we just got to chatting all four of us here. So welcome to everybody who popped in.
It's good that we did, because the Kraken is just starting to kick in.
We're in trouble.
Oh dear God.
Cat Rocha, I see Cat Rocha around. Ichi around too. That's really cool. Welcome. Actor who played Scorpius. What about the actor who played Scorpius? I met him. He's really cool. I got a CD of his band.
Okay.
Scorpius?
On Farscape.
Oh, never saw it.
Like the guy in the BDSM get up.
Okay.
Okay.
Not sure I want to
Something
check it
happened
out
with the
now.
guy who played Scorpius?
Huh?
Did something happen to the guy who played Scorpius?
She was responding to Owen Lister, and I can't find the original post. So well.
Or maybe it was to play Thrawn. I think that's what.
Oh, there you go. I told the story.
Yes,
go ahead.
Watch Farscape, says Scooter Tuna.
Yeah,
definitely.
I will,
Farscape's great.
Scooter. I've had a lot of people recommend it to me.
It's amazing. Yeah, I met. It was a con both Al and I were at when Scorpius and Captain Bracca were there, and Captain Bracca is very, very gay apparently, because they were at the table together, and I was going to get both the autographs and everything. He kept trying to get me to buy his swimsuit calendar. I was like, dude, I don't want your swimsuit calendar. He was a really nice guy, but yeah, apparently so. Which, yeah, I'm flattered, but I'm not going to buy your swimsuit calendar.
Talk about a con hookup you could talk about for years.
That's true. Might have been worthy of grinning and bearing it. I don't know.
Oh God!
Oh, that's bad.
Wow.
Hashtag wolf milk, right? Where's John Malin when you need him?
And here I'm trying to be good so that I don't get you demonetized.
So how's everybody in the chat? Is everybody queued up? Fan Man's in the chat. He says
Hey,
Fan
Man.
he's in the chat,
Fine.
but he's not on the StreamYard. You got the link, Fan Man. I sent it in case you wanted to pop in, but
We
you might
would
just
enjoy talking with you.
Indeed. So just a reminder, we're starting to watch it. I've got the 10-second mark on my DVD, but Al said on the MP4 it's 20 seconds. You said
22.
it's as soon as the.
Sorry.
Yeah, just like you said, as soon as the long time ago in a galaxy far, far away pops up on the
Same
screen.
thing on the Blu-ray. 22 seconds.
Gotcha. So, if everybody in the chat is good to go, we'll go ahead and do our countdown and start. Looks, I hear no frantic calls for us to wait. So,
Muhammad in the house.
That's right. Poor Muhammad. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to that countdown. All right. So as we all know, those who knew though, I'll say 3, 2, 1, play. And when I say the word play, that's when we actually hit the button play. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
And as we mentioned in every rewatch of a Star Wars movie, how awesome the opening scroll is, and George Lucas had to leave. What was it? The Directors Guild because of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm hearing some echo.
Hey,
I don't know where it's coming from.
I'm hearing it too, so it's not.
No, it's like a connection echo. This isn't like the headphones being too loud or something. This is like it's weird. Hopefully it'll iron itself out.
Yeah, I like how it's episode 6 instead of like the other thing I've got, which is episodio 9. La Ascendio de Skywalker.
So one of the things I was watching a stand-up comedian the other day talking about being a slow reader. I'm kind of a slow reader too. People are often shocked to hear that since I'm a writing professor. I was like, oh, I read slowly. They said, you're a slow reader when there's text on a movie or the scroll for Star Wars, and so you get a slight anxiety attack because you're never going to get to all of the letters in time.
I'm actually the same way because someone pointed out to me, I can't remember if it was my mom or Nanette, but pointed out that I tend to read things twice.
I pointed that out too.
Yeah.
Like I have the squirrel issue. I get easily like my mind easily gets distracted.
Yeah.
So that's why I like to read while also having the audio.
That's good. That keeps you on task. Yeah.
No, I have the words on with the audio, Al, just because sometimes I can't hear what they're saying, or it's like, did they say, huh? So it helps me to know what they just said, because otherwise I'm asking Troy, what did they just say? It's like, I don't know. Rewind and find out.
Well, I know in The Hobbit, there's like 5 times where he changes a word, or the word is different than it was in the script.
Oh, wow. Someone was asking.
Sorry, as a purist and a man who loves symmetry, I've never been a fan of this Death Star.
Oh, because it's not complete?
I need a completed Death Star. I much prefer the one in the first movie, even though it is said to be smaller.
I'd like the planet-destroying weapon to be fully complete and operational, please. It pleases my OCD.
Well, even this scene, look at that. How we're in a section that should be completed, and there's just patches that aren't, and it's like, why? Why didn't they finish it like in order as they went along? Why are those sections open?
Yeah. Somebody was saying, it might have been Owen Lister asking how much, or did we ever have an idea of exactly how long takes place between Empire Strikes Back and the beginning of Return of Jedi? Do you know that, Troy?
I don't know why 5 years is sticking in my head.
I know it's 5 years between Return of the Jedi and Heir to the Empire.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'd have to look it up. And I'm not in actually any condition to try doing that. I might disconnect from StreamYard or something.
Yeah, I understand. No problem. So the cool thing,
it can't be that. It really can't be that long because.
Yeah,
I don't think they. I don't know. It seemed like maybe it's within a year, possibly.
Yeah, Matchstick saying Goodman 4. Thank you for the $2 super chat. It is 1 year, so that makes sense. Because they need to rescue Han. It didn't look like they take that long to try and rescue Han. So a year is probably about.
So that 1 year is where Shadows of the Empire takes place.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It's 1 year.
So what I love about this Return of the Jedi, the film in specific, is that we know that George Lucas was very much a Joseph Campbell fan, going with the hero's journey and stuff like that. And Joseph Campbell himself studied under Jung, and Jung studied under Freud. And even though each of those kind of developed their own ideas, and especially all the way to the hero's journey past, their mentors, there's still ideas that go all the way back. Excuse me. And I like the idea that I just think it's such a powerful lesson for Luke to try to save his father in this film, because the traditional hero's journey is to slay the father, either the metaphorical father or the real father, the tyrant king or whatever. That's a Freudian thing with the Oedipal complex, which is all metaphorical, but you slay the metaphorical father to marry the metaphorical mother, that kind of idea. And this is all about him wanting to save his father. And I think that's just a beautiful twist on it all. I also like the way so much of Return of the Jedi mirrors the beginning of A New Hope. We start out with the ships in space. We've got the droids on the desert planet.
Right. The other thing I want to point out is just the character development over the 3 movies. I mean, look at Darth Vader. I mean, look at this point in the movie, he's saying, "Commander, tear this ship apart until you found those plans and bring me the passengers. I want them alive."
Yeah.
And now he's very even keel.
Yeah.
He's
been through some stuff.
Heck, even as he kills somebody, he's like, you have failed me for the last time. I mean, definitely some character development there, even
Absolutely.
even in his evilness.
Mhm.
And then look at Luke from, I was going to go to Tashi Station and pick up some power converters, and now he's like, you will bring Commander Solo to me.
Yeah.
He grew up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He'd been Yodified.
Welcome to
Right.
Sound Engraver joining us as well. Excuse me.
The Bomar monk in the background there. Now, here's one of the first scenes of controversy among fans. Oh, no. Luke isn't here yet.
Yeah.
The whole choking of the Gamorrean guard scene.
Mm-hmm.
Daiwanawanga.
Love that character. That look of him is so crazy, creepy.
You're a nerd when.
It's Bib Fortuna, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Matchstick Captain Solo. Remember, Matchstick, I've got some cracking in me.
Hashtag me too, says R2 there.
He's
getting fondled.
Yeah, I love the creep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just saying, I love the creepy, Twilight language and stuff, and
oh yeah,
I've been hearing that a lot playing Knights of the Old Republic.
I love the story that Bib Fortuna has in the expanded universe. I don't know how far you've gotten into that, but
no, I haven't gotten to that.
It's weird and creepy and interesting.
Jabba, my spirit animal.
So I was talking about how I'm working on some dioramas, and Nanette's helping me out with it. One of them is going to be Jabba's throne room with,
nice.
Yeah. And I started going through some of my action figures, and I told Nanette, I got up before she did, and she said, what were you doing? I heard a bunch of noise. I said, I was shopping. She says, what do you mean shopping? I said, I went out into the garage and I was going through my action figures, and I found all kinds of toys that I had that I didn't know that I had, and that I forgot that I had, that I didn't know existed. And I'm starting to work on dioramas, and I'll be posting pictures and videos.
Nice. I can't wait.
Year. Yeah.
So one of the figures she came across was a George Lucas Stormtrooper.
Yes. I didn't even know that thing existed, but it was in my collection, and Nanette got it for me, and I am such a lucky guy.
That's awesome. I love the idea that the first time we see Luke, he's in all white, and by now we see him in all black. And I think you can make an argument that even in the original films here, we have some hints towards him becoming that gray Jedi that he does in the EU, because wearing the black, incorporating not the darkness like evil, but darkness like love for family. He leaves Yoda on Dagobah to go save his friends and stuff like that. I mean, I think the foundation's there, so it doesn't bother me when the EU develops it into that.
Well, I don't know if you knew this or not, but originally the idea was that outfit that Luke is wearing was meant to be the Jedi outfit. Before,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, before he did the prequels and decided there were those goofy, robes.
I did not know that.
Well, they seemed even in the prequels, the Jedi seemed to have some flexibility, but it seemed like the robes were the main kind of selling point.
Yeah.
Of their position, because the Anakin wore darker colors.
Mm-hmm. And do want to say a special welcome to my channel members, Troy as well here, Nanette, Age of Boomer. Who else was a channel member I saw in here? Is Rich and Mighty here? No. So you can click that button down there to join the channel. $4.99 is right now the tier, and that will get you exclusive content that's starting this week. Actually, we're going to start doing some the rewatch of My Hero Academia, calling out some of the heroic archetypes, going through from season 1. I'll be pushing out a members only message soon to get a good time that works for everybody on that. We're gonna do some. Oh, poor droid.
Establishing that droids can feel pain. Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
What kind of a demented mind would create a droid only to have it feel pain?
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, part of the self-repair requires you to feel pain so that you know you need to be repaired.
That's true. The Auditor Jet said, yeah, Professor Luke, unlike the old Republic Jedis, uses love to conquer the dark side. Yeah, and that's that gray Jedi Order that he starts. And it makes so much sense to me. I know some people are like hardcore, like, I don't like that. I like the light side. But it's actually, it's real human psychology, you know, the need to incorporate your shadow and so forth. So
take a close look, V99 here, that droid that's speaking. You'll notice 3 eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That second eye is in one of the EU books is meant to be an indicator that something is off with that droid, and that's why it became a torture droid.
Oh, okay.
Somebody was time for a jazz number.
I think Matanui was saying that Twi'leks are always creepy, not the lady Twi'leks.
So a little bit of trivia about Ula here. This special edition, Ula, the same actress, reprised her role, and she still looks as fabulous decades later.
Wow.
Yep.
And of course, at this point, you find out in the EU, Mara Jade, as the Emperor's Hand, was undercover as one of Jabba's dancers.
That's right.
And she was. What was the reason why she couldn't be there on the to stop Luke from getting his lightsaber? I forgot the reason. Like Jabba wouldn't let her on the ship or something for some reason. I forget. We'll find it out near the
gotta
Empire
be
again.
honest, I don't remember. Yeah. I was just watching a video by Toy Polloy. He was talking about doing a restoration of the Max Rebo figure.
Goodman 4, thank you for the $5. Says, what you guys think of the Star Wars? What if comics are showing the EU? What if like in DC Comics and Marvel? I don't quite know what you're asking there, Goodman.
So, Goodman, I would have to say it's kind of a mixed bag. Some of them are really good ideas, and some of them are just poorly executed.
Like the comics in general. Gotcha.
Yeah, kind of like Marvel's What Ifs, to be honest with you.
Oh, Star Wars What Ifs. Oh, gotcha. I didn't catch that. Okay, yeah, I got it now. Yeah, I've never read any of the What Ifs from Star Wars.
So why is it that when Baby Yoda eats a toad, it's cute, and when Jabba does, it's not?
Hey, the man's just having a snack. Can't the man have a snack?
Hey,
exactly.
Al, what do you think of Baby Yoda?
Oh, geez.
I love me some Baby Yoda.
Is Baby Yoda cute, Al?
Baby Yoda's adorable.
That's what I was looking for. Every time Al talks like about Baby Yoda, he sounds like he just peed a little.
It took me a moment to figure out what you wanted.
Wonky Chewbacca.
Poor 3PO. Stephen Cruz said we all pee a little. Swift Justice, thank you for the $4.99. Says the Luke in Return of the Jedi is not the Luke in the sequels. Can we also sub to Netter's channel? Nanette, do you have your channel up and going?
She hasn't done any content yet.
Yeah, I don't have any content, but I do have a channel. Actually, I don't know if I actually set up my channel yet.
If you say something in the chat, people should be able to click on your name and subscribe. They'll be ready for your content when it comes. But yes, I agree, Swift Justice. This Luke, there's just no conceivable way you could believe that this Luke would go on to do the things the sequel trilogy makes him do.
Speaking of which, what was I going to say? I'm too drunk to follow. Okay, little bit of I guess this wouldn't be trivia, but she's got a thermal detonator there, and the thermal detonator. Some people are doing some really cool, uh, custom props, and my buddy Tim. I'm trying to remember his company. He makes this really cool one where it's functional. You pull back the piece and the lights light up and it makes the sounds. But if you follow me on Facebook, I'll post a link after the video.
Cool. Yeah. Fat Man says he read some of the Star Wars Infinities and they were pretty solid. Love the redeemed Anakin who had an all white suit. Didn't have a lot of sense, but still cool. You haven't read the what ifs. I do. Like Troy was saying that some of the EU, some of it's better than the rest. The thing I'm a newbie to it, but my understanding is that even the poorly done EU content is still true to the original trilogy spirit. That's what I just love about it. I'm sure I'll get to some clinker books, eventually, but so far everything I've gone through is pretty solid.
Yeah, there's one where they kill off Chewbacca with dropping a moon on him. So that's kind of stupid.
Yeah. Age of Boomer.
I remember the outrage for that.
Excuse me.
Swift Justice gave you $1.99 and
Age of Boomer. Yeah. Before that said for $5 said, did any of you own the Jabba the Hutt action figure playset?
I had responded to him. Yes, I have both of them.
Nice.
There's actually 2 different versions, and I've got them both so I can use them in my diorama.
Very cool. No, I never collected Star Wars, so I was always a He-Man guy. So I would very much like to get my hands on some nice collectibles. Not necessarily the expensive vintage, but like the new ones that are coming out that look like the vintage. That'd be enough for me.
But I did want to respond to Swift Justice. J.J. Abrams, I think, is getting a pretty bad rap. I got to be honest. You can blame him for not doing the second movie, but as we see what he actually did, I kind of feel like he had a great vision that he never had a chance to really see through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in sympathy with anything, even J.J. Abrams. I don't think J.J. Abrams would have made the mess that Rian Johnson did. I would be interested to hear what J.J. Abrams originally intended for Luke.
Release the J.J. cut.
There you go. Yeah, but I don't have sympathy for the sequel trilogy at all.
Who watching this didn't know that was 1, a woman, and 2, probably Leia? Before you actually knew.
You can tell that body is a woman's body. Yeah.
I've got to admit that in the era before internet and before spoilers, I had actually already read the comics. So by the time I saw this movie, I already knew all the spoilers.
Oh, the whole story?
The Marvel comics, yeah.
Oh, wow. It was released first. I didn't know that.
So, like, even at the end, the whole seeing the Force ghosts and whatnot, yeah, I knew that before I saw the movie. And I'm okay with that.
Well, like I said, back in the 80s,
man, she's gorgeous.
Back in the 70s and 80s, there was a lot of different release style than there is now. Mm-hmm. It didn't show up everywhere. Sometimes it was released in heavier populated areas first.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What, you already see her? She hasn't taken her helmet off.
Oh, she's taking it off for me.
Okay, there she is.
Yeah, there she is. Someone who loves you.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's like Chewy.
We're just at the kiss.
Oh, you know what?
What version?
I put in the theatrical version. Whoopsie.
I warned you about that.
I've got the 90. I've got the 97 version or edition that came out with the specialized, but also this disc 2 had the theatrical version. So
oh, I see what you did.
And I put in the DVD.
You know, the professor's been away for a while.
He forgot how this works, people.
A little off. Yeah, he's got to get back in the groove.
I would like to agree with you there, but the fact is I've always been doing this kind of crap. Remember when I put in Conan the Destroyer instead of Conan the Barbarian?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shush. We're trying to help you here.
I know. I'm going to change the DVD here, and then I'll just get a timestamp from you guys.
It's like Michael Scott when he was trying to make self-deprecate. It was like, too far.
So, Al, What I want to ask you is, why is Leia dressed up as a breen?
Why is she dressed up as what?
A breen? Star Trek reference.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I get it now. Sometimes you just come across things and duplicate them. Just like you see, you'll see things like helmets and things like that, like reused in other shows.
Oh, all the time.
Or other movies. Yeah, it's really kind of neat. It's almost like a Where's Waldo thing. It's like, can you pick out where they used the
Fanman is pointing out that a recent leak says that Abrams was pushing for Poe Finn as a couple, among other leftist ideas. He's also a terrible writer-director when it comes to pacing and characterization, in my opinion. Although,
I've never thought of him as a great writer.
Although the Poe Finn thing, even though he was pushing for it, I don't think it was ever actually filmed from everything that I've read.
Yeah. I mean, Poe had a love interest in the last film for a flirtation anyway.
And can we just
supposedly, like I said, another one of those things would have been nice to actually flesh out the story a little.
And can we take a moment to notice the gravitas of the introduction of Luke in this scene? Okay, you can argue whether or not he's using the dark side here, but oh my gosh, that's some wow.
Fanman says it's Return of the Jedi. It's become fashionable to crap on this movie in the last 20. Really? I've never heard anybody crap on Return of the Jedi. All right, what's the time? What's the timestamp for me? Or what's going on the screen?
I'm at 23:04, and Bib Fortuna just walked up to Luke.
Yep.
Her slave Leia looking so fine.
Metal bikini.
Probably really uncomfortable.
Who cares? Who cares?
Now I have to ask, Nanette, ever cosplay?
Not her yet.
She did say that if I made the costume for her, she would wear it.
Why aren't you at the sewing machine at this very moment?
I know.
What is wrong with you?
Because it would be dangerous, because I would hurt myself. I have too much Kraken in me.
Plus, it would have to be authentic. So that means it would have to actually have the metal pieces and everything. When we wear costumes, they are screen accurate.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do anything halfway.
All right.
Okay, someone needs to get a job on napkin because that's gross.
My goodness, slave Leia. Whew.
Like I said, you never really.
What's the time stamp now?
24,
24,
27,
28, 29, 30. Ooh. I just realized I got to go back and watch this when I'm sober because I got to do some sketches of that room.
What's happening on screen? Maybe that'll be better.
Jabba and Luke are bantering. He just reached out for the blaster.
He reached out, got a blaster.
He fell.
And the door just opened.
Gotcha,
down to the Rancor pit.
All right. I think I'm he's seeing the Rancor monster now.
No, not
he hasn't seen the Rancor yet.
All right. Tell me when the Rancor comes in.
TB Jedi.
Welcome. I think Muhammad's here as well.
The Rancor door is opening.
Okay.
You see the claw.
Oh no, the Rancor. We see his face.
There he is.
He's stepping through the door.
Gotcha.
And Luke's got this. What the heck is that?
Grrr.
Grrr.
Squealing.
I always feel sorry for that Gamorrean guard. He was just trying to do his job.
And he gets his head bit off. Because, as you know, Rancors like pork.
I liked in the Dawn of the Jedi comic books, one of the Jedis makes a Rancor monster with wings, a flying Rancor monster, and rides it around. Like, that is sweet. That's pretty awesome.
You mean when pigs fly?
There you go.
Grr.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody would crap on Return of the Jedi fan, man.
Okay, I want everyone to think about this because you probably never have before. Look at the size of that femur bone he's holding. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
And how did he eat it?
Right?
And how did it not eat him? You know?
It's a good point. Oh man, this DVD is. Are you freaking kidding me?
Freeze up on you?
Yeah, it froze up on me. I have to get a timestamp again here in a second.
We got tons of time.
26, 46, 47, 48.
That's annoying. I should have watched it on my PS3, but I decided to watch it on my computer just to make things easier. And then I gotta wait and watch that stupid THX logo for these specialized versions.
You kind of got to feel a little sorry for the Rancor. That environment is purely too small for such a creature of that size.
I feel bad for the Rancor trainer. He's like all sad.
I know. I know. But he's kind of like a beta. I always feel sorry for beta fish. Like just one little teeny bowl.
Yeah.
I want to answer Fan Man, but I can't type because I'm too messed up. But one of the things that I always was a little confused about was how Yoda, is trying to convince Luke not to leave because his training isn't complete. And then in Return of the Jedi, when he returns, he goes, "No more training do you need." Well, wait a minute. If his training wasn't complete in Empire and he's just come back.
Well, had he been there in the meantime,
he would have had a chance to mature, I suppose.
Yeah,
he would have had a chance to tell him
hung out and Yoda could. I mean, like I said, the fight on the Cloud City might have been one hell of a final exam.
Well, and it would have been very different because he would have. I think I've always assumed that the difference was then Yoda would have had a chance to explain to him that Vader is his father, and he'd have been able to go into it with his eyes open. Oh my gosh, everybody's tagging me and I can't focus.
I'm actually not ignoring you, Muhammad. It's just I'm trying to get the DVD working. Every time I cue it up, jump it up, it just starts to freeze up. I don't know what's going on with this. I might have to go grab my PS3 and hook it up. Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Yep.
But
Drunk Troy always seems like a good idea until he actually has to focus.
The fan man said it was Melissa McCarthy. What are we talking about? Are we talking about she's the one that played Jabba the Hutt? I'm not following you. Sorry.
I think it's a Jabba is Melissa McCarthy.
Gotcha. Okay.
What's the timestamp right now for you? Or what's on the screen rather?
33.
Yeah.
37, 38.
Now we got lots 40. Of bantas.
Okay, so that's one of the cool things about the special edition is seeing all the bantas. Some of these scenes are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, the sail barge. I missed out on that when Haslam put that out. Oh, I'm going to do a rant video about that someday.
All right, I'm going to have to go grab my PS3, guys. The computer's not cooperating. I should have just kept watching the theatrical version. You guys carry it for a second. I'll be back.
I'd be happy to.
Now we're really in trouble.
So another little bit of trivia from the expanded universe. Well, I don't think it's actually expanded universe. It's in Wikipedia. Jabba, the Hutts are actually a hermaphroditic race.
You're gonna die here, you know.
So he's not a he. I mean, they don't really have a gender, but it's really weird that he's like he lives as a male who's into like human females. That's considered to be taboo in his race.
Are you talking about Jabba?
Jabba, yeah, exactly.
Well, wasn't in like the first episode 1, didn't he have like a mate? Remember he came out and he had a
I
female.
actually don't remember. And Owen Lister,
right at the pod race.
I have to say that Owen Lister, I don't know what it is about the Sarlacc scene, but you're absolutely right. This is some great cinema here.
Female, not at all. You can do it.
Feed me, Seymour.
Feed me, Seymour. At least in this edition, it makes the Sarlacc pit look more ominous, rather than just a big pit with like really weird thorns in it.
The idea that there's more that can reach out and bite you and grab you. It's like Chewie's got to think about it. Yeah. Now, think about that for a second. Free us or die, and everyone laughs. And in retrospect, it's like, guess what? You guys are all going to frickin' die.
Yeah. I always loved the Family Guy version of this scene where they're like all like nodding to each other for like 3 minutes. I love that.
Exactly, Casey. That's, I think, where that whole thing came from. The whole idea of worms being hermaphroditic. Now, another
the green
little bit
lightsaber because it would show up in this scene better than the blue because of the sky.
That's an excellent piece of technical trivia, but take a look at the hilt. It looks almost identical to Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
Yep.
So he was using Anakin's lightsaber, but when it came time for him to make his own, he followed the pattern of his mentor.
Yeah, and I always liked the there was a fan theory that the reason it was green is because the kyber crystal that he used was from Qui-Gon's saber, and Obi-Wan had it in his place.
When you consider that in the EU, he went to Obi-Wan's hut to create his lightsaber, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get the movie. I had the PS3 in my living room. I have to go back and grab it and put it in my office.
Oh, that's right. Professor Geek was part of this stream.
Hey.
And an unceremonious end to Boba Fett.
And now that the professor's gone, I can go get myself a drink. I'll be right back, guys.
What he meant to say was, now that I'm back, he can go get himself a drink, which probably means he's going to get himself a drink.
Probably.
As soon as all the stupid THX logos and everything are done, I'll get you to tell me what's on the screen again.
No problem. Just let us know when you need the timestamp.
Sound Engraver says, I didn't see any Star Wars until my 20s, and I started with the old original trilogy. I have no nostalgia and uphold the original trilogy as the best of the stories. Loving the OT best is not a generational thing. I 100% agree. I'm so glad you wrote that, because here's the thing. I argue with my sister about this all the time. My sister, her and her family love the sequel trilogy. And her daughter's young, and her dad's like taking her to see Rey and whatever. But I point out the crap, and my sister's like, it's just your opinion. No. Art is not subjective. There's a craft to storytelling. There's a craft to filmmaking, and there's such a thing as objectively bad films and objectively bad storytelling. Now, somebody's taste might just like it anyway. That's fine. Like I said, I love my Spice World, and I don't care what anybody says. But I know it's not an awesome movie, right? I never try and argue for that, So, I like that. Yeah, I think plenty of people, if they were exposed to it or bothered to watch it, would agree and realize that the appeal of the original trilogy is just so much more seminal and so much more in line, with human psychology and culture. All right. Got everything except for the lid to my Gatorade. There it is. Soda is a little bit scratchy on my throat, make me cough more, so I got something smoother. All right,
there's a scene. Oh, you need 3602 free 04
Oh, well, you're watching MP4, so the timestamp doesn't mean anything for you. What's on screen?
Leia
Leia's
just got on
butt.
the gun. Luke just got shot in his hand.
3PO just
And
fell
R2
off.
just knocked 3PO off, and R2 rolled after him.
Okay, so they're on the flyer thing.
And
Right,
he's
so
grabbing his half-naked sister.
Hey,
So it's at 36, 28, 29. I'm sorry, 29, 30, 31, 32. I'm trying to see the small numbers on my screen here.
So
And
one
the
thing,
barge just blew up.
and one thing I wanted to say about the lightsaber colors. So when, for those of you old school people that remember the original first lightsaber that was put out by Kenner, it was basically a flashlight with a blow up blade.
oh yeah,
And it was yellow because it had a yellow gel that went into it.
Mhm.
I actually took the time to cut out red and green and blue LED, what do you call it, gels to change the color of the lightsaber.
Wow.
That's how big a nerd it was.
All right.
That's right, Goodman 4.
Fun fact, yeah, thanks for the $5 super chat. It says Luke and Leia were 24 years old and Han was 33, and I did not know that. Wow.
Auditor Dread, I think that's brilliant. Yes, he points out that because of a bad angle on the camera, Luke kicks out and never makes connection because, you know, it was a bad angle. So they consider it a fourth kick to explain away the non-contact between his foot and the bad guy.
All right, hey, tell me when the Imperial Guard exits the ship on the
They
Death Star.
already have.
They already have. Okay.
Yes.
What's going on now then?
Change of scene. You can see the 4 guards, and Vader just went to his knee.
Darth
Good. Okay.
Vader just
Perfect.
went to his
Right there.
knees,
Awesome. Okay, we're good.
Emperor's coming out.
and there's
We're good.
the Emperor.
I am dead on. We're good. Okay. Oh my gosh.
This is the first appearance of the Emperor.
I had a listener talking about how his mom and him made a paper mache Sarlacc set for his action figures.
That is so awesome. I like how he addresses him as my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think, you were talking about the character progression of Vader. I think he's on his way to that redemption. He's not there yet. He's still evil, but I think running into Luke and everything, because that's where he left off in Empire, was with his confrontation with him. I think the foundations are being laid for what will eventually be his redemption, which is why he's so much more mellow and everything, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Well, like at the end of Empire, when the Falcon got away, and he walks back, and everybody's looking at him like he's going to kill all of us.
Yeah.
But he just leaves.
Yeah.
And more contemplative.
And that says a lot, doesn't it? Especially after he'd killed 2 Imperial officers.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he doesn't says a lot about his character at that point and where his mind is. Oh, Yoda. I do, you lie.
That species or something, or maybe he's sick or something, because it's only been a year since Luke saw him. So maybe he's just, I guess when it's close to your time, you age quickly or something.
But if you look back at it at Empire, he was very frail then too. I don't think this is unrealistic.
I don't think it's unrealistic. I was just
Well, their species. Well, we don't know a lot about their species. I mean, except now we know that even at 50 years old, they are still basically look like a baby.
Yeah, well, they could definitely change. Well, that's not original canon. That's Disney canon.
Yeah, gotta deal with it.
Deal with him. It's on my channel. We stick with original canon.
No. Wait, let's save it
But it
till
makes
Tuesday.
sense. But it can
We'll
make
talk
sense.
about
It can
canon, okay?
No, but I'm just saying. Let's just we're hypothesizing. That's all.
Well, the thing is, he sees a Yoda, and he sees there's a change in him from the year. But you're right, he was always frail, but that was the kind of one of the things in Empire, right? He thought he was this frail little thing, and all of a sudden he was able to pop around and smack him. And
I'm sure training him took a lot out. Training Luke took a lot out of Yoda.
maybe, yeah.
I mean, especially when he like lifted that ship up, that took a lot of energy, even for him.
I never
You
thought
know, being married to Troy takes a lot on Nanette. I just gotta say.
but she doesn't age a bit. Look at her lovely face there.
Oh, thank you.
Freaking gorgeous.
Sound Engraver, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says thank you for saying art is not subjective. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. There's a craft to it. It drives me crazy. I'm sure you do this as well because you study music. I'm sure it drives you nuts when somebody's like, yeah, "It's just your opinion. This piece of music's just as good." Like, no, you study that. You know how it works. I study story, and I know,
Something else to bring up on Tuesday about music. We need Murray Gold back for Doctor Who, for crying out loud. That's a whole different topic.
Oh, I don't know anything about
Trust me.
that. I believe you. Oh, man.
And can we just say, just how everybody's talking about Baby Yoda and everything. When Yoda died here, I don't think there was a dry eye in the theater.
Yeah, what year did this come out?
83.
83. So I would have been about 3 or 4 years old, depending on the month.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater.
Yeah, I saw this the day after I graduated high school.
But I remember being very sad when I watched it at home later.
83, 45.
I had to drive up to Marlow Heights. So I know you probably know more about that the location of that professor.
I was still in grade school when this came out, you old fart.
Yep, Al's our resident Yoda.
Actually, Nanette's older than Al is.
Mm-hmm.
She's just
Al, why aren't you as pretty as Nanette?
This is where we get into the subjective objective.
exactly.
Well, it could be my English blood. My mother always looked very young for her age until she got into like her late 70s, early 80s, and then she started looking a little bit older. And I think that was only due to the fact she had dementia.
Oh.
So now she's 94 and she's low stage dementia, and she looks every bit of 94.
Professor Geek, take the super chats.
Yeah, Swift Justice 2020 is paying you a lovely compliment there, Sound Engraver. Says you are gorgeous. She is very pretty, isn't she? Jedi Master Zetopia for $5. Thank you very much. Says I like that Luke is not overpowered. JJ would have 5 new powers for Rey to fight the Rancor. Characters matter more than the Force powers.
Right?
Yeah, it's a tricky thing for Jedi too, because they've got that ability with the Force, and you've got to really be careful what you establish, to make them still have a challenge and whatnot. And they do that well with Luke. I agree.
Hey, Professor, you're doing the read through of all the EU. Are you doing anything with the role playing game at all?
I like playing a game of it or something.
No. I mean, there was a lot of material that came out for the role playing game that kind of falls into that expanded universe.
Yeah, on the list that Edward Antonowicz gave me from his Facebook group, it does have one of the short stories in the role playing game that is part of it to read. So I do have the book of the Old Republic role playing game. I've got that already.
Oh, no. I mean, there are adventure journals that have some really great stories in them.
Oh, cool! I have to check that out.
I got to figure out a way to find those for you.
Send me a link or something. Let me know.
Yeah, let me look for it, and I'll hook you up, because there's some really good expanded universe stuff there.
That'd be really great. Yeah, definitely.
Luke probably feels very lonely at this point.
Yeah. I do love the relationship that he has with R2. I love that in the Thrawn trilogy, it establishes too that you're supposed to wipe memories of mech droids like that, or ship droids, but Luke never does, because that's his friend. It helps him, fly his TIE fighter and stuff, and that he can't wipe the memory of his droid.
You get the impression that, of course, we know that C-3PO's mind was wiped at the end of Episode 3, but you get the impression that R2's never was.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah, so he would remember Anakin and all of that. Yeah.
Exactly. He's in a way, he's the chronicler of all this history.
Yeah.
And again, because I can't type, I really do intend to do a video sometime about the expanded universe in terms of the role-playing game, and talk about some of the role-playing games that I've played in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I love that Obi-Wan, as a Force ghost, has to sit down.
He's all sparkly, glowy.
Oh, that'd be me. I'd be old even as a ghost. These old bones.
Okay. I want to respond to Muhammad. He's asking what our favorite lightsaber is. I guess for me, it's got to be the Anakin, Luke, Rey lightsaber, because it is Excalibur for this film series.
Is that the green one that he makes for himself?
No, the blue one.
Oh, I like the green one.
The initial
himself. The blue one in the Thrawn trilogy comes back in the last book, but I like the green one that he makes for himself. I think that's But you're right. Yeah, the blue one has a legacy. It came from Anakin to Luke, and yeah.
I like Obi-Wan's from New Hope.
Oh yeah, yeah. What color was that? That was blue too, right?
Yeah, his was blue, but it's like I said, you're right. It's very similar to Luke's in this film, which I also like. I just like that style.
And when you get a chance, Professor, take a look on. I don't know if it would be on Wikipedia. Do a Google search, but I know that the colors have meaning in both expanded universe and canon. So,
well, I know that red is obviously for
obviously,
Sith.
yes.
Yeah, it's a manufactured crystal.
Well, in Knights of the Old Republic, I've been playing through that, and there are some, like the blue is for the Guardians, yellow is for the Sentinels, and green is for the Counselors, I think.
Mr. Matchstick makes an excellent point. He said, shouldn't the blue be the sword in the stone and green be Excalibur? Because he's drawing the distinction between the two. That's a very good point, Mr. Matchstick.
Interesting.
Who says they didn't? But I ain't crazy.
I just love that classic Han banter. I've got to recommend one of the EU books I did read was Scoundrels. That takes place right after Star Wars: A New Hope, and it was so amazing to see. You've read that too, right, Troy? Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Han and Chewie and Lando out on this heist. It was just such a great, fun heist book.
Oh yeah, no women in these original films, by the way, except for Leia. Except for the grand leader of the rebellion, Mon Mothma.
She's clearly in a weak role though, because patriarchy.
Well, can I just give a send up to Mon Mothma, because when I saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, I want to know so much more about this character. What planet did she come from?
Yeah.
Oh, and Admiral Akbar, just like Boba Fett, was a character that people really loved, not so much because of their role in the movie, but because of their action figure and the mystery around the fact that they were advanced figures that mail away.
Yeah.
The mystery behind them. I mean, you can't ignore those elements. The marketing behind Star Wars, you really need to look at that when you're looking at the history of Star Wars.
Well, what I love about that idea about the action figures and stuff, that series, The Toys That Made Us on Netflix, was really good. They did the Star Wars version. I love the point they made that these are touchstones. Sports fans, they've got, their autographed jerseys or their footballs or their, record books. Well, those of us who aren't into sports, and are into this kind of stuff, we need those touchstones to our mythologies too, our chosen mythologies. And it really plays into like Catholicism too. You know, the idea of sacramentals or stuff like that. You know, obviously it's a difference between religion and just fiction, but still it's the same principle. You know, you get these figures that mean a lot to you because they're connected to this story that meant a lot to you and helped you through this portion of life or such and such.
And I just want to call out this little scene. I didn't want to speak for you, pal. Oh, yeah, I'm in. You know?
Yeah.
Like Chewie wouldn't go into hell with Han.
Yeah. You got to like that.
This little scene, just a few scenes between Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewie, establishing that connection between them. We never had any of that for Poe and Rey and Finn. You know,
Y-wing.
You just must believe it.
Al, I know you love the Y-wing, but I bought a partial Y-wing so I can cut it apart to do the to do the diorama for the holiday special cartoon.
Fan Man's asking, why can't I send a super chat under $10? The super chats correspond to how many characters they are. So if you write a shorter super chat, you can send it for like $1.99 to $5. You might have too much text there. But thank you for trying to super chat at all.
In other words, Fan Man, you're a cheapskate.
Why is Lando wearing a cape? Not Superman.
Actually, there's an interesting bit of trivia behind that. Who was the actor?
Because it looks good.
He's not Superman. He's Two-Face.
No. What's the actor's name who played Lando? Billy D. Williams. He specifically wanted to wear a cape, and they're right, because it was cool. He wanted to wear a cape, and that's why he wears a cape in Empire, and he wears one in Jedi.
Well, it kind of matches his character, the sort of swashbuckling, you know, check me
Right,
out,
right.
boy kind of thing, you know.
Oh, superhero wannabe.
Here you go. I do wish we could have seen his version of a Two-Face. That would have been fun.
Auditor Dread, my favorite character is Luke. I don't even have to think about it. The fact that I'm drunk means that I'm obviously telling the truth.
Yeah, 100% Luke. Luke's character means so much. It just Goodman 4. You are Goodman 4. Thank you so much. That's very generous.
Doobie.
I know. It said, did you guys know in the Dark Nest Crisis, Luke discovered R2-D2 had the hologram of his father force choking his mother? Ooh. And his other thing did in the Return of the Sith. But R2 did not want to show it to him at first, but in the end, he did show it to him. I have not read Nest Crisis yet. Is that part of the EU that I just haven't gotten to, Troy?
Yes, it is. I heard that story, but I didn't actually read that story myself.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't gotten to it. I'll definitely comment on it when I get to it, Goodman 4. But man, thank you so much. That is very generous of you. That very much appreciated. This helps a lot.
Oh,
my favorite character is Chewbacca, by the way.
You're Chewbacca? Why?
I love Chewie.
Yeah.
He is the best friend. He is loyal, trustworthy. He's big and hairy.
Kind of like a family dog. He's going to be there for you.
That's true. That's very much an Al kind of character.
So
Absolute loyalty.
My favorite one is R2 because he's small and feisty like me.
Oh, there we go.
I like our. Yeah, for me, it's between R2 and Chewie, but I've really grown close to Chewie over the years.
Professor, if Al is Chewie, and Nanette is Leia, that makes me Han. That means you have to be Luke.
I will totally take Luke. Luke is my favorite. Absolutely. Luke means so much to me, definitely. Fan Man, apparently the $50 super chat level's working, so you could do that and try whatever you want.
Personally, I think the professor is more Wedge Antilles. Personally,
more Wedge Antilles. Screw you, Al.
No. Hey, do not diss Wedge.
I'm not
Wedge
dissing
has survived every freaking battle and was still in Rise of Skywalker. In that battle,
about Wedge. Wedge is.
I don't recognize that.
Wedge without
badass.
Wedge without Force abilities survived every battle. He is freaking alive.
He is in the EU a lot too. He's in the Thrawn trilogy. We'll meet him quite a bit.
And what is a Rogue Squadron?
Oh yeah. Goodman Force says, sorry for giving all the money to you guys. I just love this movie. And don't be sorry, Goodman Force. Do not be sorry at all. The
Goodman,
the
you
super chats
are
help a lot.
awesome.
I know, very much appreciated. The super chats help me a lot to do more of this.
Favorite people, and you know what, Goodman, by giving that kind of money to Professor, you make these kinds of shows possible.
Yes, and more frequent. Yeah, we're gonna start up the My Hero Academia rewatch. I'm also gonna start doing some more rewatch playthroughs of Knights of the Old Republic for my members.
So everyone who wants me to take another drink should give some money to the Professor. That's all.
Troy will love you all, man.
I am so messed up right now. Ask her that, she'll tell you.
All right, let me ask you guys, because I think, or somebody brought up this, because some people talk about the Ewoks. I am very much pro Ewok. I like the Ewoks, but I know some people hate them. What do you guys feel about them?
I think they're cute. I like them.
Yeah,
I think they're great.
I like the Ewoks. I've always said though, I think it would have been cool to see the Wookiee version of this film that was originally kind of conceived.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I'm cool with the Ewoks.
Before this rewatch, I was talking about this, and one of the things I said was, I think the Ewoks are so cute, but scary if you think about it. I mean, they're cannibals. If you think about the context.
But they're also very innovative. I mean, the things that they put together as far as weapons and all that side, that's pretty smart.
And I think it's cool juxtaposition because a Wookiee home world, Wookiees are great. I love going to I always say Kashyyyk because that's what it says in Knights of the Old Republic. Some people swear it's Kashyyyk. I don't know which one. Anyway, the Wookiees, they have their own little, they have repulsor lifts and everything and their own weapons and stuff like that. But the Ewoks are straight up like sticks and rocks, and I think it's a cool juxtaposition between that level of tech, like you're saying, and then the Empire and all of the, science fiction weaponry and stuff.
But there is something to be said for that.
You got a super chat, by the way.
Another one? I'm not seeing it.
Where
Steven, did you get Steven Cruz?
I don't see
no. Last one I see is Goodman 4.
Scroll down, Al. The last super chat was the $50 super chat. Goodman 4.
Really? I thought it was.
I'm sorry, I'm not seeing Steven Cruz. I'm going back.
Yeah, I never saw Steven Cruz super chat.
Actually, you know what? Ignore me because I'm so drunk.
Yeah, but I'm scrolling up and I'm looking at the super chat. And there isn't one that I'm saying.
There's a $2 one says "Drink up, Troy." LOL hashtag word of mouth.
I'm in no condition to find it, but you know what? I'm happy to oblige.
I'm scrolling through. I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I just refreshed. Sorry, Steven, if you're sending it, I'm not seeing it.
So,
unless you're saying Ewoks are greater than Baby Yoda, deal with it, Al.
yeah,
I think
I have not watched the Ewok movies. There's 2 of them. I have not watched them since they originally came out, and I need to.
Yeah, me neither.
Thank you very much, Steven Cruz. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm not seeing it pop up. But he says he sent one, and Al sees it, so maybe it'll pop up here eventually.
No, I don't see it either. So that's just weird.
It's weird, but thank you, Steven Cruz.
Irregardless,
Fan Man says he has to run. May the force be with you.
Oh, thanks for popping in, Fan Man. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Can I just say, regardless of any super chats, I completely lost what I was saying because I'm too messed up. Steven Cruz. I was talking about Steven Cruz. I have missed him, and I love seeing him in the chat, and he is awesome. That's all I'm going to say. There you go.
I like these speeders they're driving. Those are the coolest things.
Yeah.
I remember at Disney World, long before they were, they're putting all the new sequel trilogy stuff in, they had a little Star Wars area and one of the speeders.
And he's a dumbass.
Which is why I love in Shadows of the Empire the introduction of swoops.
Goodman Four said, "Have a good night. Have a good time." You don't have to. Oh, you're taking off, I guess. Goodman Four.
Oh, take care, Goodman.
Yeah, stop saying sorry, man. You rock. Stick around whenever. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And come back on Thursday night and we'll do our book study. We're gonna do the first. Did we say 2 chapters, Al, of Heir to the Empire?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. First 2 chapters of Heir to the Empire. We're gonna discuss it Thursday night.
I really gotta do that.
Yeah,
really gotta start that.
So we'll be delving into that EU.
Stephen Cruz is giving me some love. Hey, Stephen, are you subscribing to me? Because in 2020, I'm planning to share a lot of Star Wars content.
Cool.
And Auditor Dread said Professor Geek, Big Al, me, and Troy, and Fanman, who's not here anymore. Best EU story you ever read? I actually haven't read any of the stories myself, so I'm not in that part of the conversation. The rest of you discuss.
Definitely the Thrawn trilogy thus far. That's just been the best ever. It's been so amazing to revisit these characters 5 years after Return of the Jedi. All of them, their character developments are right where you left them, and they go in a perfectly logical trajectory from there. And it's just, it's just been amazing. I love it.
I'm going to say that Heir to the Empire trilogy is the episodes 3, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
But I do love Shadows of the Empire, and I also love Splinter of the Mind's Eye. Those are my absolute must reads.
I haven't read those yet.
Have you read The Truce of Baccarat? Baccarat? Whatever it's called. Yeah, I'm drunk and I can't remember anything.
Hey, it's
Wicked.
Willow. I mean, Wicked.
It's Wicked. I do like the Ewoks.
Bakura. That's how it's pronounced. The Truce of Bakura.
No, I haven't read that yet.
So, if I remember correctly, that takes place immediately after Return of the Jedi. You need to read that one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Actually, in my mind, if I remember correctly, and my mind is very fuzzy right now. That was kind of very romantic, Han and Leia type story.
Mm-hmm.
I love how at ease Leia is with this, just suddenly out of the woods furry guy.
Well, it's a trope too. It's the Beauty and the Beast kind of thing. Although he's not really beastly,
Oh yeah, no, he absolutely is.
He's cute though. He's cuter than the typical Beast in a Beauty and the Beast story.
And the way she treats him as a sentient being, not as a true beast.
Exactly. Or as a little puppy or something. She treats him as this.
She actually treats him a little bit like a child. And the fact is, Wicket is very young in terms of Ewoks, as you find out in the EU.
And he blinks, which was new.
Also, Warren Davis was very young when he played this role. So he was actually kind of playing to type, so to speak.
Reminds me of Alyssa when she takes her hat off. Alyssa does not like people messing with their hairstyles. Like
Auditor Dread is telling me to read Truce of Bakura, Shadow of Endor, and Courtship of Princess Leia. I've read all of the Shadow of Endor. I think I got to read that Shadow of Mindor, but I've read those other 2 already. Yes,
I'm going through in chronological order, so it'll be a long time before I get to those. But I have going back to revisit the Thrawn trilogy with this son.
Professor, can you share that you have a link that gives the whole chronology of the EU? Can you?
Yeah,
share
let me.
Don't worry about it now. I mean, you can share it anytime.
Well, I'm going to share the link to the Expanded Universe Facebook group anyway.
Awesome. Thank you.
For folks, because that's a really cool group that Edward has for us here. Is this the one? Is this his?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I still have that gun that he's holding, or did you sell that? I'm talking.
I need to see it again.
Wait. By the way, you're not going to see it now.
Well, give me a sec.
So
I think it was Owen Lister pointed out that the scout troopers, their mask reminds them a lot of Ghostface, from scoring.
Oh, I could see that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there. I'm
No,
jumping.
no, that's not Skull's gun.
Man,
I don't know.
I've got one of these colds where you cough so hard, I think I bruised some ribs. You guys ever have that, or is that just me?
About a year.
It feels like it.
You got
Sometimes.
like the itch in your throat, and you just cough and cough and cough, and suddenly your ribs start to hurt.
Hey, Professor, can you read that?
Or you pull muscles all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
You're awfully echoey and scratchy there, Troy. What were you saying?
I'm sorry. Can you read Auditor General's message there? He said, Troy, Professor Keith.
All are post ROTJ stories about a year or less after Jedi. All the ones he listed there.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was having a hard time understanding that. Everyone, you have to keep in mind that my mind is not super sharp right now.
Troy loves you all, but
I love you all. I really, really do. Actually, that's true even when I'm not drunk, but he's right.
I do like the look of the Imperial Guard with the red robes and everything.
Yeah.
There's a video out there somebody did about why Vader hates the Emperor's Royal Guard.
Oh, really?
Oh, think about it. The Emperor uses them as his like eyes and ears, and when Vader is like there's one point where he's injured and he's in a tank healing or whatever. He sends the Emperor's guard to, in quotes, protect him, but in reality it's kind of a subtle, I can kill you at any time.
Gotcha.
And I'll be right back. I gotta go. I'll be back in just a second. Okay?
Gotta release the Kraken.
No.
Well, release it in a different way.
Yeah.
It's been
Drain the Kraken.
Al's got it. Thank you.
I do love the bowcaster. That idea for the Wookiees. That's just such a cool weapon.
Yeah. Metanui's asking, is the Force sentient?
Is the what?
Force sentient?
No, not my understanding. It's not a sentient deity kind of force. It's just this. Nope.
She's singing going up the stairs.
I love this.
And listeners, if you want a good laugh, go check out Darth Vader voiced by Arlie Ermy from Full Metal Jacket. It's hilarious.
I like the there've been so many great videos. I like Vader with Trump's voice too. That was funny.
Yeah.
Then there was Darth
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson. I love the Ewoks. I like the Ewok. I have fond memories of the Ewok movies from my childhood. I haven't really watched them since, but I'll show them to Alyssa at some point. Ewoks are great. I remember the action figures looked kind of weird because my cousin had a bunch of Star Wars action figures. I was always into He-Man and he was always into Star Wars. I remember going through his like Darth Vader helmet of action figures, and the Ewoks were like these little, just like look like little racers because they're so short and squat.
I thought we're being attacked by teddy bears.
Stephen Cruise's Battle for Endor is awesome. Yeah, I agree.
It's like, give me back my pointy stick.
I love that they think C-3PO is a god. All the gold and everything.
I'm back.
In case you couldn't tell.
That didn't take very long. Did you wash your hands?
I actually don't remember. I don't know if I even made it to the bathroom.
Probably so much alcohol in it, it's self disinfecting.
There you go.
My pee is flammable.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, honey, we're cutting you off now.
I'm fluent in 6 million forms of. Oh, there's another piece of trivia. Pay attention to Star Wars Empire and Jedi. Every time he mentions how many forms of language he can understand, it increases.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
so he's learning.
Yes. Someone is adding forms of communication to his program.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Luke is trying to stifle his laughter there.
Yeah.
Han is taking it so seriously, and Luke is like, "Oh, this is fine."
Yeah,
This
I
is
know.
fine."
I like C-3PO, and that looks so uncomfortable in that throne. They put him in.
And think about it, Luke, the way he's behaving, he's like, through the whole thing, he's like, I'm totally in control, even though I'm like a
Yeah.
prisoner and everything. It's like
Yeah.
at any time
He's
I
telling
can free
them,
myself if I want to.
yeah, he's telling them to go ahead and turn over your weapons.
Yeah. And this is totally Han kind of keying into the whole, oh my gosh, Luke actually is in control and he really has this power.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh,
Oh, and let's just say gold does symbolize power. Yeah, it's easy to see that. They'll do that. Sound Engraver says this has to do with Empire Strikes Back, but I hear the argument of Luke trying to commit suicide upon realizing Darth Vader is his father. What do you think? I don't believe it. No, I don't believe that either.
No. Where does that come from?
That's probably like a fan theory that was out there or something when he falls. And like, yeah, no, I don't believe that either.
No, because think
Yeah,
about it. What is
I think he sensed the way out.
Troy, you there's an echo coming from your mic. It might be that you're picking up through Nanette's mic. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
I got to
better,
be more
better.
careful. Yeah,
That's better. Yeah,
I got to be more careful about that. Sorry.
that's okay.
I'm turning mine down just in case it's me.
No, it stops whenever he gets closer to the mic.
And look at that. I never caught that before. When Han looks up and goes, Leia, it's that whole. I mean, because he's freaking in love with her.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who wouldn't be? Look at her.
And I always wondered about this. What is different about Leia that she's like a guest and the other guys are like dinner?
I think it has.
She's hot.
Well, there's that.
It's also a trope in mythology that women have a more of an affinity for nature. Like think about Forbidden Planet, or
oh yeah, good point.
Stuff like that.
She was also kind to the one that she met.
Yeah.
By sharing, the snack with them and, talking to him, like instead of being like afraid or trying to harm him. I said right there, it's like, okay, this person's nice to me. I'm going to protect her.
Yeah. I do like Luke's little trick.
And think about it. What is Luke doing? He's making it look like 3PO is the god.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't care who, is perceived by the natives as the powerful one. Yeah, exactly.
Like C-3PO screaming for help. Way to play along, C-3PO.
But since the Ewoks don't speak his language, they don't know that he's freaked out.
Yeah.
For all they know, he could be, saying things in some godly language.
Yelling some kind of incantation.
Exactly.
Nanette, can you give Matchstick a timestamp? I don't have my remote close at hand.
1 hour, 15 minutes, 23 seconds, 25, 26, 27, 28.
I like how he asked Nanette to do it because he knows I'm too screwed up to do
it. I was just sparing you the humiliation.
No, you're absolutely right.
I figure if he needs to, he can just crawl over to the couch.
Wicket and R2 getting associated.
Yeah. Hashtag me too. I do like the Ewok village too.
What's interesting though is that it's exactly what I picture the Kashyyyk, society to look like, the houses up in the trees and stuff. Well, we kind of saw it in the holiday special.
And in Knights of the Old Republic, you get to go there and explore all of the walkways and stuff. And
does it look like it does in the holiday special?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, you get to see a lot more of it because it's so open world and stuff. But it's basically like the Ewok village here, only a lot larger in scale, obviously, and it's a little more.
What platforms is Knight of the Old Republic on?
You can buy it on Xbox One now, but it was way back when the original Xbox was when it first came out. But yeah, if you've got an Xbox 360 or Xbox One, you can buy it from the store. And the new Xbox One version even has Yavin, which originally was just like extra
Paladin,
DLC or something.
Paladin, Owen Lister, and Auditor Dread. I appreciate you tagging me, but I at this point have the threads. I am so lost. You might be better off.
Tagging that.
Better. Yeah, exactly.
Well, Owen Lister is joshing about the timestamp because he knows that you're totally messed up and can't give it.
So now I am copying a tab.
But if anyone does need a timestamp, 1 hour, 17 minutes, 30 seconds, 31, 32, 33, 34.
That just gave me another tab, and it's completely cracking free because I am at capacity.
Like Mr. Matchstick talking about the smoking Ewok gets me.
The what?
The smoking Ewok.
The smoking Ewok. You gotta love that. No matter who you are, that you learn how to smoke some dried
Ewok Gandalf.
Yeah.
Professor, can you like jettison me if I start saying anything that's going to get you demonetized?
I will definitely put a stop to that. Don't worry.
Please do. Thank you, because I'm trying to be good. I promise. I understand that we're on your channel, and I got to be good.
You have been fine so far. Matchstick, help me out. What is Star Wars TOR? The Old Republic? Is that a game too? I will be playing through them all that are part of the old EU. So right now I'm just going through Knights of the Old Republic because that's like the big classic, and I want to read that. Just play through that in part 2.
Just look at that going Star Wars, the original Rebels.
Yeah, there you go.
Just before we started watching this, I watched a video. I can't remember what game it was, but it was showing Luke Skywalker in character, and what the title was Luke Skywalker before he was ruined in the sequel trilogy. And I got to go back and watch that because it was really good. It was Luke Skywalker. I can't tell if it was Mark Hamill's voice or not, but it was his character in character before he became the useless hermit.
Auditor Dread is asking me if I enjoy Star Wars, the films, EU. Yeah, I actually saw Star Wars when I was originally in the theaters. Yeah, I'm that old. And I loved it then. Of course, being married to someone who's a total Star Wars geek, it revives that. Don't know if we've ever mentioned this, but I actually got him a 6-foot Millennium Falcon, which is sitting in our garage right now, that he is planning on customizing to look like the inside of the actual Millennium Falcon. I'm his enabler. I am totally his enabler. So yes,
He is the best wife a geek could have. Let me tell you.
So yeah, I do like the original 3. I don't like the new stuff at all. It just seems forced. But
I think in a previous life, Troy must have saved like a pope and 59. And is being rewarded in this life.
Here's a fun fact. Troy is actually related to a pope, Pope Pius XII, Eugenio Pacelli.
That's actually true. He's a Pacelli.
Oh,
was he a great uncle or something?
Something like that, yeah.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
That's something I can talk to you about when I'm sober on the Catholic Geek channel.
There you go. Matchstick said that game was free to play. Auditor Jeb was listing out some other games. Yeah, I'll be playing all the games that are part of the EU. I've got that list, like I said. So I'm just working and going through,
Something tells me 2020 is going to be an awesome year for all of us.
Oh, yeah.
And Troy, I was about to tell you you're a lucky or blessed man, and I don't look my age.
That's true. That's true. She's a
Thank you,
freaking
Auditor Jeb.
babe.
Like a Hendrix saying, some men deal in automobiles, others in fantasy spaceships. Yep. I like both, actually.
Now, can we take a moment to consider where Han is at right now? He's really struggling because he doesn't know that they're brother and sister.
It's a sibling thing. Yeah, he thinks that she's like got a thing for him.
He's jealous.
Mm-hmm. And she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it until the end when she's like, I love that scene when he says, "You love him, don't you?" He's like, "Okay, I won't interfere." She's like, "No, like a brother."
No, he's my brother.
Yeah.
He may not have even realized at that point that she meant it literally.
Yeah.
And let's consider where Han is at right here, where he's like, he's not understanding the brother sister thing. He's like, doesn't matter. I just got to comfort her.
Yeah.
I care about her, and it doesn't matter.
That's some real growth to his character too, from the super
Right.
cocky, and you see their love story develop. They couldn't stand each other in part one, and going through to the end of part two, that I love you or the I know, and now he's doing all this stuff. It's a real growth there. It's good writing.
The caffeinated calendar says she aspires to be like me. I'm like, aw, thanks.
Caffeinated commentator, when are you gonna? I think you were talking about putting some more content on your channel too. Let us know so we can promote it whenever you get around to it.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Because I've been following you, caffeinated commentator, and I want to see your content. I'm looking forward to it. Just saying.
I like the way Luke looks at him. I mean, he's clearly in power. He's the one, handcuffed and surrendering himself, but he's got that power there.
I gotta say, Luke in this situation is kind of like how I am at work. It's like, I don't care if I get fired. I just really don't give a crap, because the best thing that can happen to me is that you let me go so I can start looking for another job.
Oh, I love this this discussion they have.
This, for all of us that followed it from the beginning, this was the explanation of the Anakin Skywalker Darth Vader relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Right?
Yep.
Before there was the prequel. So that tells you something too. Your skills are complete because you created your own lightsaber.
Mhm.
To him, because he, became a Jedi Knight under the original traditions,
Yeah.
apparently creating your own lightsaber was, your graduation, so to speak.
Well, that's the final test to become a Padawan in Knights of the Old Republic, which matches up with the original trilogy too. I like that. That's the real test, right? Are you really going to be able to kill me?
Because Luke has already said, I can't kill my father.
Mm-hmm.
Can my father kill me?
I could maybe kill a nephew one day, but
That's a big right?
Caffeinated commenter says that she doesn't know what to do with her channel yet. I responded to her and said, I still need to set up my channel.
Commentator, you have so many people that really want to follow you. You should really capitalize on that.
I could just pop on every now and then and answer questions like I do.
Semantic Dragon said, I really wish Kylo had been Chewbacca's kid, but they didn't let anybody know until his helmet came off and gave it a translator.
In the EU, Chewbacca's son Lumpy grows up to be a character in the EU named Lumpawarum,
Oh, cool.
and I actually have his action figure.
Have his what?
His action figure.
Oh, cool.
I wonder if there would ever be an Ewok Jedi.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I suppose that's entirely possible.
There are Wookiee Jedis in the EU.
Yep.
An Ewok Jedi, I wonder, huh?
Okay.
Never a big fan of the B-wing.
I gotta share with you all that I'm so drunk that I can't get the popcorn to my mouth. That's how drunk I am.
You probably shouldn't be eating salty things right now, man.
You're
gonna pay for that.
Drink more, is that what you're saying?
More dehydration for the morning.
Making a lightsaber requires force skills as they require telekinesis. Yeah. Butter Dread is pointing out how the building of a lightsaber requires force skills. I don't know about that, but I'm getting ready to build a lightsaber myself. I'm planning to build the holiday special version of Luke's lightsaber.
How are you going to handle the beam? Are you going to make it light or?
I'm just making the hilt. I'm not making it functional.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I always wished I wish somehow that you could make a lightsaber with like a beam of light. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be, tangible or anything, but just a light at least. So you could turn it off and on, like a flashlight kind of thing.
Trivia point. I have the what is it called? The subtitles on, and it says "Speaking Ewokese." Did you know that Ewokese is actually Tibetan?
I did not know that. Wow.
There you go.
I think my DVD of the specialized version is messed up a little bit because it's being weird, even in the PS3 now. Thank goodness the theatrical version is just fine. And I have that Blu-ray.
Chewie's having a bad hair day.
I was gonna say, did you notice that Chewbacca's hair is very different in Return of the Jedi than it is in Star Wars and Empire?
Yeah.
It's more. I don't know if you
I'm
call
sorry.
it.
I love the Ewok on the speeder. I love their little scream and
Isn't it adorable? Not bad for a little furball.
I said they're very innovative. I mean, he just got on there. He figured out instantly how to make the speeder work, probably because he saw someone else doing. Goes, oh, I just need to do this, and I could take off.
I
He's
know.
like, "Holy crap, this is fast."
I love the Ewoks.
Trivia question. I believe this Ewok's name is Tebow.
Choke up on the mic a bit there, Troy. We can't hear you.
Tebow.
Tebow is his name. Tebow. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm covering the mic because I don't want to echo in the neck.
Oh, gotcha. I love that.
Like how the trooper runs around the corner and is like, "Ah, crap! There's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of people here now."
I don't know if you caught this because Han leading the trooper into the ambush is just like Han being led by the stormtroopers into an ambush on the Death Star in Episode 4.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Very true.
It's amazing how
You got to walking around Endor because they were doing it in the Redwood State Park, I think. It doesn't matter if anybody ever saw Chewbacca just off on his own and think, "Oh no, Bigfoot."
Yeah, I never got to hear for the Ewoks either on Lister.
Jar Jar makes you appreciate the Ewoks too a lot more.
Hey, Professor and Al when I sober up, remind me, and I'll share with you a video that I watched earlier today. This VFX group did an R-rated version of different scenes from the Star Wars sex trilogy. It's really funny.
I thought
Is it
you were going.
Is it porn?
I was gonna say I thought you were going in a completely different direction there.
The first 6 movies, not like
Yeah,
porn. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Well, you were saying something about the sex trilogy. I was like, what?
No, not sex like sex. I mean sex like 6.
Honey, you're blocking too much. We can't hear you.
I know. We can only hear. We heard sex and then trilogy. That's all.
That's your dirty mind. That's not my fault.
And Caffeinated Commentator said, I love how Troy can be totally wasted but still pull out Star Wars trivia.
That tells you
It
it is in my mind.
It's his jam, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like I will always be able to pull out the number of the trash compactor
What?
from the first movie. the
Oh,
trash
oh,
compactor.
yeah.
When they're yelling to get out and they tell R2 the unit number.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I can't
326
even remember my own phone number right now.
326-3827. I always remember that.
Okay, so Ian McDermott is wearing so much makeup right now. How cool is it that when he does the prequels, he doesn't have to wear any makeup any less younger?
Yeah.
Mohammed says Troy Charlie is one John command.
Troy, we can't hear anything you're saying, man.
Am I that slurred?
No, just you're choke. Either you're blocking the mic or something. I don't know. Like the sound quality is just being weird. I don't know. We can hear Nanette fine.
I'm just messed up. That's what it is.
Curve the mic slightly towards your mouth, dear.
Okay, is that any better?
Hey, Tom Spiegel, welcome as a new member. Yes, now it's the badge there. Yeah. There. Welcome, Tom Spiegel. Thanks for
Tom
joining.
Spiegel, you are awesome. I am so glad you're here. You are awesome.
Yeah, we'll be doing I'll be sending out some messages here probably tomorrow to the members, getting some times together for people to watch some members exclusive content.
And I want to point out that the professor is totally back, so that means Tuesday nights are Professor Geek nights.
We'll probably be doing some members exclusive content like after, like maybe some like post office hours or something after the normal stream or something. I don't know. We'll play with that.
Post office hours.
Post office hours.
Post office, yeah. The prof goes postal.
Office hours after dark.
Red 5 standing by. Red Fox standing by. Simply Red standing by.
I remember that.
I love it. That is awesome storytelling. How are they jamming it if they don't know? Ooh.
Muhammad
That
says
really
Troy Bocelli's mic is just as drunk as he is.
I'm sorry. Should I
Those,
just turn off
those
my mic?
calamari battleships do not turn on a dime either.
The what now? You guys are talking over each other. What?
Sorry.
I said the Mon Calamari battleship, it does not
Oh.
turn on a dime.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Oh,
The
look at
Emperor-
Y wing.
The Emperor looks freaky there.
I was watching a video earlier today where someone was talking about the fact that they drew scenes from like World War II footage and stuff like that, and how they thought of space combat as 2-dimensional instead of 3-dimensional, and they went for the look over the function.
Mm-hmm.
But it works, in my opinion. I think it it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The hate is swelling in you now.
Oh, listeners, Big Al, what would a Star Wars horror story be like? It would be the Fan Man and the Professor strapped to a chair with a never-ending loop of Last Jedi.
There you go. That'd be rough. Tom Spiegel says he's late. Are we watching the special edition or theatrical? We're doing the special edition because we figured that'd be easier for everybody to get a hold of, even though we have the theatrical edition. But
Thank you, Professor, because I was trying to type that out.
Yeah.
No condition to be typing.
And if you need a timestamp, let us know, Tom. Well, we're close to the end, but we'll definitely provide that for you. We're on Endor battling right now.
And can I just say,
Or R2.
that the cloak that the Emperor is wearing, it's very hard to find that material. As a costumer, I'm just sharing that.
Was it just a rare kind of cotton or something? Or
It's that like almost corduroy type of pattern.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, I hate it when the poor Ewoks die. I can't handle it. It's so sad.
Are Ewoks dying where you're at?
But the fact the Ewoks can eat the stormtroopers is totally okay with you.
Well, my DVD jumped a little bit. Yeah, the one Ewok just died. Where I'm at.
But they haven't even started attacking yet. Where I'm watching.
Really? Stupid.
Yeah,
Stupid DVD.
they
Stormtroopers.
just got.
Yeah, the
The
Ewoks,
Ewoks have just
on
jumped
the
on the stormtroopers for the first time.
Are you kidding me?
No,
I am
that's where we're at.
This
Yeah.
stupid, this DVD just jumped all over the place. I hate it.
Now
Well,
he's other one's blowing the horn.
okay.
And all the other
Yeah.
Ewoks have just jumped up.
That's
Yep.
ridiculous. Well, let me know when yeah, that's ridiculous. It was I'm saying poor art. You guys didn't even know what I was talking about. This is ridiculous. This DVD just jumped so badly. It froze up a couple of times. I didn't realize it was this bad, but luckily, theatrical DVDs are just fine.
I blame 21st century technology. It's not the professor's fault.
It's I bought this used too, this DVD. So
Daniel Heron just threw $2 and had nothing to say.
oh, thank you, Daniel Heron. Appreciate the super chat nonetheless.
Mr. Matchstick says, I wish they added more capital ships to the rebels to realistically fight the Imperial Star Destroyers. Well, keep in mind that the rebels had less resources than the Imperials. It was meant to be kind of a, lopsided fight.
Well, let me know when you guys see the Ewok flying through with the hang glider.
Right,
Just
he
now.
just flew,
Just now.
Okay. Good,
And
good,
he's
and now he's
falling,
crashing.
and he
good
crashed.
job. All right, we're good. I'm back now. Okay.
And Logray. And they're trying to trip the walker.
Yeah. All right, we're good.
I just like how they're just making it slow down the leg, but that's
I
about
know.
it.
It's fine.
And they're being dragged along. Throws the bolo, tries to throw the bolo and chokes himself. Which is what I would do if I tried to throw one.
Yep.
Always loved Han's blaster. I've got the toy of that somewhere.
I do too.
I have Han's blaster.
I think-
Hans Blaster is a converted Mauser.
yeah.
Muhammad said, if you had to do this for charity and got 160 million and can get half the money, which movie would you watch for 38 hours straight? Captain Marvel or Last Jedi? Oh man,
Oh, damn, that's a rough choice.
that's a rough choice. At least with Captain Marvel, I get to see Coulson a little bit, but then I have to put up with Bree's nasty ass face.
Depends on the charity.
Yeah, it depends on the
I'd go
charity.
Last Jedi.
Of course you would.
I'd do Last Jedi. Because at least Daisy Ridley's hot, in my opinion.
Does everyone know that Wedge, the actor that played Wedge, is related to Obi-Wan?
Oh, really? I did not know that. No.
Yeah, he's
The new one. I can't remember his name.
Alex
Yeah, he's
Guinness?
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, thank you.
Oh, Ewan McGregor. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's like an uncle or something.
I did not know that. Hendricks says all the Moncal ships were actually cruise liners retrofitted to serve as capital ships in the rebellion.
Another important point. Lando just mentioned it, and the Imperial just mentioned it. Why aren't they firing? We were ordered to wait here, and they have no idea why. And now you're seeing the Emperor explaining to Luke
Operational
why.
battle
Yeah.
station.
It's all part of his plan, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
And some
That's a
reused
good little plot
footage
twist there,
from
too.
episode 4.
Matchstick says, yes, but all the main Star Destroyers would destroy that few rebels in 2 seconds. I'm just asking for a few capital ships.
But Matchstick, notice that they've already commented on that. Why aren't they firing? Because they were ordered to just hold them there. That's part of the Emperor's strategy to convert Luke. It's all part of the bigger plan.
Mm-hmm. Man, see
The stormtroopers are thinking this armor is useless. We're getting beat up by teddy bears.
the worst part of this stupid DVD skip is now I have to watch the Ewok die a second time.
And to Al's point, the armor is meant to protect them from blaster fire, not from spears and stones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now poor R2's going to get fried.
Boink.
We've lost our
Boo, and he's blown every gasket he's got, too.
Right.
No, poor guy.
Well, I suppose they can just hot wire the thing. I love that. The interaction between those two. I guess I can hot wire the thing. I'll cover you. I kind of think Nanette and I would be like that in that circumstance.
Yeah, I could see that. Oh, I'm not a poor little Ewok.
No.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
sad.
Come on, let's go. Oh.
Aw.
Now
I agree,
he's
Mom.
sad.
That's good writing and character development. That I don't see that anymore.
Yeah. Mom, it says when I hear Troy talk, it makes me feel like I'm on an acid trip.
Yeah.
I know
Am I
because he's
slurring?
echoing.
Am I slurring?
Our Dread agrees about Daisy Ridley being hot.
No, the slurring is a problem. You were just echoing so badly.
I'm sorry. I forgot I was supposed to be like,
That's better.
yeah. If I put my hand up so that I don't echo through Nanette's.
Yeah, I gotcha.
What am I
No,
trying?
not the beautiful Y-Wing. Ugh. Kamikaze dive.
I even turned mine down in hopes that you wouldn't be echoing anymore.
Your friends are all going to die. Get pissed. Turn to the dark side.
I don't think he quite says that.
Well, that's the spirit of what he's saying.
I love the body language of the Emperor, just so laid back and
Oh gosh! Even when Luke grabs his lightsaber and tries to kill him, he just sits there because he knows that Vader is going to protect him.
yeah.
I can sense your anger. I can sense you're a jerk.
Yeah, it's a great scene. You got the weakness of the hero and the smile, this evil smile.
So now, and I love the Tarzan yell when
Right? Exactly.
when they get to it.
Right?
Yeah.
Master's talking about Berserk. Yeah, well, I'm going to be doing some rewatch of the anime stuff for my members. So yeah, we're starting with My Hero Academia, but yeah, we'll definitely get to Berserk.
Little bit of trivia that her ATSG driver is the director. Just
Oh, really?
yes.
Richard Marquand. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
didn't know that. Poor Chewie.
I kind of love that watching the one ATSD bolt the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
She was like, "Man, that was fun."
No, the Ewoks start to cheer. Yeah, I think Chewie's hair just grew out a little bit.
He needs a new stylist.
There you go.
And you see, everyone talks about diversity. They've got a light brown Ewok and a black fur Ewok.
Exactly.
Diversity.
Striped and solid too.
But those speeders
Yep.
blow up in a dime, don't they?
Smash.
That's pretty cool.
And I think the Mythbusters proved that would work.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I was watching a video about that earlier too. And can I just send up special effects of stop motion animation? I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Han just closes the blast door.
I love you. I know.
Yeah, I know. Great.
I like how she kind of jabs her weapon forward to fire. It's like that's not how you shoot a weapon.
Am I mistaken, or is that the same sidearm she used in episode 4?
I don't know.
I think so.
She always has a longer, slender barrel.
Yeah, that holdout blaster.
I like the idea. Oh, and Lister said, what do you think of the idea? I didn't know about this. There's a fan edit of Return of the Jedi, but the John Williams music is replaced by a Queen soundtrack. I'm not into that at all. Al probably likes it, though. Al loves Queen.
Oh, so is Troy.
Just 4 guys going at it right now.
There you go.
I have to go back and find that video again. Then you will die.
Someday.
Someone pointed out that a little bit earlier, Vader just said, Obi-Wan has taught you well. And he's saying it to Luke, who's standing up the steps from him. In other words, when Luke has the high ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is somebody was commenting earlier about what an epic battle scene this is. It really is such an amazing moment in film history.
Oh, here.
I love that. But I just love this twist, the overcoming killing the metaphorical father is actually redeeming him. And that's the destiny that's becoming into the place,
And I love the fact that through all of this, you have Luke noticing conflict, and the Emperor has mentioned it before. I wonder if if your mind is clear on this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, he noticed the conflict too.
So it's for the Emperor, it's a purification of Vader and a initiation of Luke that he's going for.
Exactly.
Thank you, Muhammad. Wishing us a happy New Year. Well, this is like she always had a longer, slender barrel.
Man, stupid throat.
If the
Need to
cough
make some of that
persists,
tea.
what has worked for us is Vicks Vapor Cold, but you want the one that says severe on the front. That
Oh,
one
okay.
actually, yeah, that one works really well.
I never tried that. Love that
One of my-
smile for Han there.
Yeah, one of my coworkers had a bag of it when I was having a horrible coughing fit. She goes, "Here, try this," and those things were miracles.
Are they the cough drops?
Yeah, the cough drops.
Oh, okay. Oh.
They also have a liquid, like a NyQuil type
What's
of
it?
thing. That's also Vicks Vapor Cold liquid. That's
Okay.
supposed to be really good too. I haven't tried that one yet though.
I will not fight you.
Then you shall die.
Hendrix is getting philosophical. Are we? Of course. It's the Professor Geek channel.
Right.
It's what we do.
Sister.
So
Now he knows.
think about it for a second. This is the first moment when Vader realizes he has a daughter.
Yep. And he tortured her.
Mhm.
And he's just been a horrible parent.
Yeah. I do love that. It was a little spoof video, comedy video, where Leia's taking Han to meet her dad, Vader.
Oh yeah,
It's like the millennial Han or whatever.
yeah.
No, Vader says something about the Emperor's like, you support the Emperor? He's like, he's gonna make the galaxy great again.
Robot chicken.
Oh, no, this was live action. This was something else.
Was it?
Yeah, yeah.
I love the music that they're doing here. That
Yeah.
almost choral.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's
I'm just gonna beat on you until you die. Made you lose your hand. Nah, nah.
Like father, like son.
But there's
Finish him.
not to get too far into the Oedipal stuff, but there is an element like the hero's journey in some place. There's an attempted quote unquote castration of the hero. Not literal, we're talking about metaphorical here. See it in Tarzan at one point when his arm is almost ripped off by this gorilla and stuff like that. So when Luke lost his hand, that was that symbolic, and it was done by the father too, like the father trying to keep you down. And he returns that wound, and this is sort of coming into that, no, I'm asserting my position again, but he stops short of killing him, which is the brilliant thing.
Well, it's also part of when he cuts off his father's hand, he looks at his own hand that was cut off. He realizes what path he's going down,
Mm-hmm.
and he takes it as a warning to himself.
Yeah.
Jedi.
Move. This place is gonna blow.
It's like, no. That blew it up real good.
The shield is down. I love this. The battle on three fronts. You have Luke with Vader and the Emperor.
Mhm.
You have the ground battle and you have the space battle.
Yeah.
And they all work together.
That's good pacing in the story too. Because you can go to the Lukes, which is the more emotional depth, but you can pace it out with the action of the others and the lighthearted moments. I still haven't gotten to a point in the EU where it explains why the dark side has force lightning. Like why that's a dark side power in particular. particularly, you know,
because it's just pure power,
it's
pure
like elemental.
hate.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pure destruction.
Mhm.
There is no positive side to it.
Like I guess the force shoves or force punches could also be moved just like gentle
Yes,
force movement.
exactly. Good point.
Yeah. I love that you can even through a mask, a static mask, you can see the.
David Prowse does not get enough credit. He
No.
really doesn't.
Yeah. Was it a con he was at once? I didn't get an autograph though, but wish I would have.
I still remember I went to a con with him, and I was having breakfast, and he sat next to the table next to me, and just kind of did like the nod thing, and he did a little wave. It was like real cool.
Cool.
Daniel Heron said Rey has force lightning. Rey can also fly like Mary Poppins, and she has heat vision, and she can perform alchemy.
Rey is a god, so forget it.
Don't get too excited about the victory, guys, because that was just a clone. It doesn't really mean anything.
Right.
So,
and to what Mr. Matchstick is saying, just remember that was a clone. That was the real emperor, and Vader's sacrifice doesn't mean anything here, and none of this means anything.
Yeah, it's just
Rey is the bestest ever.
Well, he did save his son.
Now, remind me, that's not actually David Prowse when he takes the mask off, though, right?
No, that's
Sebastian Shaw.
Sebastian Shaw. Thank you very much. And Sebastian Shaw had eyebrows in the original viewing, and they digitally take them out in this version, and that is stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, when I get to these movies and my read through of the EU and everything, I'll definitely be watching the despecialized Blu-rays you sent, Troy.
You're welcome.
Very much appreciated.
Well, David Prowse even said that when the movie came out and he heard James Earl Jones' voice, he was like, "Wait a minute, that's not me. Like, what the heck?"
Yeah, he didn't know initially.
Oh no,
because he had said all the lines on set, and he thought that his voice was going to be portrayed, and then he got dubbed in post.
It stinks that they didn't tell him about it. It's hard to argue with picking James Earl Jones' voice, though, but it does stink they didn't tell him about it.
Yeah.
Every time I see Admiral Akbar and I think about him being Mon Calamari, I get hungry.
Yeah, also calamari.
Oh man, I need to eat something after this too. Keep my strength up.
What a hero that A-Wing pilot is.
Yep, there you go.
Just saying.
So, Prof, you're gonna have pizza after
no
this?
matter how big how big a ship is, you take out the brain of it and it's dead.
Again, great acting. Look at Admiral Akbar and his reaction. He's like, oh, you know?
Yeah, even through that mask and makeup.
Right?
And everything, yeah. Nanette, were you saying something to me?
Yeah, so are you going to have some pizza after this? Isn't that your usual go-to food?
I actually do have pizza. My sister, because I was doing her a favor to watch her girls tonight, so she ordered me a thin crust Domino's with pepperoni and mushrooms and feta, because I love the feta cheese.
Oh, that sounds good.
Really?
It's good stuff.
Very nice. Oh, I love feta personally.
I'm a big pepperoni fan.
I could sit and eat black olives and feta.
Oh yeah, that's
just
good stuff.
oh god, with olive oil on it.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of had me near tears when I first saw it.
Yeah, it's a great thing because you've been seeing him through this mask always, and then to take that off to see the vulnerability of the man behind the mask, after this redemption is pretty amazing.
That whole thing about help me take my mask off, but you'll die.
Yeah,
I'm dying anyway.
Yeah.
Because but I also love let me look at you with my own eyes.
Yeah.
It's
That is a very powerful line.
Yeah.
of Darth Vader.
And that smile.
I am no longer Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
So this mask needs to come off.
Yeah, yeah. It's an identity thing. Now, is that guy's voice? Because that's not.
Yes, that's Sebastian Shaw's voice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You have already saved me.
I know. That's such a powerful
Right?
moment.
I mean, this
That's
is
huge.
probably something you should talk about on the Bible Geek channel. The whole
I wish more Star Wars content over there because there is
Right?
so much to do with the redemption
Right?
arc and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm. Like that. Tell your sister you were right.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I don't like about the expanded universe. Because I get from the expanded universe that
You're echoing a lot there, Troy.
I'm sorry.
That's
From
okay.
the expanded universe, I get that Leia did not ever accept Vader as her father or any of that.
Really?
And yeah, that's
I didn't see that in the Thrawn trilogy.
No, it's
Maybe
in
I
the
haven't
later
come to-
books. It's mentioned in
Okay.
the later books, and I just feel
Because
like
in the Thrawn trilogy, she does accept it because she's the Malari Oosh for the.
well, she uses it, but she never accepted it,
Oh, okay.
and it's just so sad, because
Oh.
she didn't witness it personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And can we give some major kudos to Lando and Wedge?
There you
The
go.
only
Yeah.
ones that survive
I said you were all like, I don't want to be Wedge. Wedge is a badass.
Oh, I'm not disparaging Wedge. I like Luke.
here. Wedge has no force ability, and yet he's still awesome.
He is awesome. Why do you think I would be Wedge, Al?
I was making a joke.
It's not funny.
Plus, he has black hair, and you have black hair.
I can bleach my hair.
At least you still have.
Oh man, cold medicine is wearing off.
Honey will also helps soothe your throat so you're not coughing so much.
Yeah.
The Kraken's wearing off too.
Oh, here's the moment.
Yes.
She's just so gorgeous.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I can feel it. That force sensitivity.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even understand that. No, you don't.
Fine.
It's like-
I'll just-
When he goes back, I won't get in the way. It's like, dumbass.
How noble that is.
Yeah, I know it is noble. And then she finally gets it. Oh, you don't realize because I haven't told you.
It's like, dude, he's my brother. What?
that look on Han's face.
Wait a minute. You kissed him at Echo Base. That's gross.
Like it takes him a while to get it.
Like most men.
It's still weird to think that Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher actually had a little fling for a while.
Why?
Actually, I have this whole theory
Yeah,
about Carrie Fisher and her daddy
Kind of
issues.
weird.
Carrie Fisher and her what?
And her daddy issues.
About Eddie Fisher.
Yep.
Oh crap! The specialized version has Hayden
I
Christensen.
know. That's so
Doesn't it? Oh,
stupid.
gross.
That is so stupid.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you seen the extended version of this for the Star Wars Yule log?
Huh.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense that like if you're gonna at least commit to the whole thing. If you're gonna put Hayden Christensen in there, put Ewan McGregor in there as well for Obi-Wan. You know?
Oh, that would make sense, but who says these people make sense?
Yeah.
the added celebration scenes everywhere else in the Empire.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea of that, though. It's kind of like, you know, World War II's, like the ticker tape parades.
And that says something about.
Guns.
Yeah, we didn't get that in the original version because you have to realize that. How does the rest of the galaxy find out about all of this? I guess somehow they do.
Yeah. Pulling the statues down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very Gulf War-ish.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now they go from the nub to the Peruvian flute man.
I know. Yep, that was so much better.
Which isn't bad, to be honest with you.
I want my nub, bebop, my nub.
Let me use these helmets for drums.
Yeah, which is really creepy when you think about it.
Well, I'm sure there's no heads actually in them.
Right,
Well,
because they were eaten.
Well,
yeah. I'm sure that they are full of stormtrooper meat.
Yep. Nanette Paladin demo says faster than light communication.
what do you say?
I was just letting her know that FTL is faster than light communication.
Gotcha. I can dance if it was at an Ewok party. I wouldn't feel. I could do a Ewok dance. I think my joints could. That's just stiff enough for me to do. Get out of there.
Can we just say that whether it's Hayden or Shaw, just the fact that Anakin is there with them, that's a huge thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't make sense. Why isn't Obi-Wan all young?
Good point. Well, wait. Give them a chance to make another special edition.
Exactly. Yeah. Nah, they're not going to do that. Disney's just going to reboot the whole thing and redo it.
Oh, don't even say that.
Oh, you know it. It's going to be Leia
Screw you. No.
and her brother Prince Luke.
Don't put that in the universe. No.
It's coming. They'll put out another few seasons of The Mandalorian to play, and then there they go.
And can I just send up John Williams is the man. Thank you for this music. As Lucas himself said, he made Star Wars.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, because Lucas wanted some more like robotic science fiction-y kind of music, and Williams said, no. This is an epic, a heroic epic. It needs to reflect that in the music.
And Lucas admitted he was right. And that's why we need Murray Gold back for Doctor Who. Although that's a whole different discussion.
I don't know anything about the Doctor Who guys. Was he like basically to Doctor Who what John Williams was to Star Wars?
Murray Gold exactly was the John Williams of Doctor Who for the modern era. And since they went to Chin Balls and Dr. Her, they went with somebody else, and it's been completely an F up.
Oh man,
I'm sorry. Don't let me get us off topic. We can discuss that in some other or something.
I know nothing about the Doctor Who stuff. I never got into that, but
well, they just had their season premiere on New Year's Day, so
which had nothing to do with New Year's.
Right, exactly. And Agent Boomer, wow,
what a new year, new season.
Brie Larson will be the new Princess Leia. No, Brie, yeah, probably. But I mark my words. Kevin Feige's going to do a Star Wars movie. He's going to do, probably do Knights of the Old Republic or Clone Wars or something. And he's going to make Brie Larson, like I said, he's going to make her Ahsoka Tano or Bastila.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. Did you hear that Kevin Feige kind of cast some shade on her just recently?
Did he really?
He
Nice.
did. Midnight's Edge had a video about it, or maybe it was Geekskin Gamers had a video about it. Yeah. They're starting to pull back from Brie Larson.
Yeah, they tried so hard, they're honest, and then they tried to make her more palatable and kind of change it up a little bit, and they're realizing nothing is working. You're going to have to back away from her.
And it's because they can't afford for Marvel to go the way of Star Wars. They
Yeah.
see what they've done.
I think
and
they do. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. And yeah, because that's been Disney's. Well, even more people than Disney did, but that's been their MO. Just like force it down your throat. Shut up. You're going to accept it eventually. And they realized with Star Wars that it didn't take. And yeah, you're right. They don't want Marvel going in the same direction, so maybe they're going to back off of her finally because it was so ridiculous. Like I remember from the very beginning, Kevin Feige talking about, the fans, they've just received her so well. Like, what world are you living into? So diluted. All right. Well, that was a good rewatch. So like I said, on Thursday we'll be doing the Heir to the Empire. I know there are EU works taking place between, Return of the Jedi and
we get
the
some
Thrawn
say.
trilogy. But the Thrawn trilogy is like the episodes, the next episode trilogy for the EU.
Absolutely agreed. But the stockholders are starting to get their say, and they're saying, look, this is a problem. Some of the stockholders are not fans, but they care about the bottom line. And they're going, look, this is a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because all the money that Star Wars, and you remember how unthinkable it was for Star Wars to lose any money. I mean, it was just like the people would have laughed you into the, ground if you dared insinuate that any of the Star Wars movies, no matter who made them, might lose money or not be wildly crazy successful,
George Lucas learned early on that the money was really in the marketing, not in the movie.
Yeah.
And that's why Empire and Jedi were, they were. And it's like Disney lost that point. It's like, look, if you don't do the story that builds the love that gets people to buy the toys, you're screwed. And the toys are not selling.
Yeah. No one wants the toys of these characters. That's why they're starting to sell. Like, what was it? The McDonald's Happy Meals selling characters of the original trilogy.
Yep.
Like no one cared for Rey or Poe or any of that.
Well, and that's also why the Legacy collection is being re-released by Hasbro in February. I've already got some what's it called, pre-sales or whatever.
Oh, cool!
Because we missed them the first time around, and it's like we definitely want in on it.
Yeah,
and like who wants Rey and Poe and Finn? Nobody.
Tom Spiegel says there's a 30-minute fantasy short that was released theatrically with Empire called Dark Angel. Might be a cool movie to watch as it has that same look as fantasies like Dragon Slayer and Lady Hawk. I did not know that.
Huh, sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Sounds really cool. Well, folks, my voice is just about had it. I need to go rest that and get a little more cold medicine in me and everything. But it's been a blast doing this rewatch. Come back Monday night on the Catholic Bible Geek channel. We'll be doing we'll be finishing up the Hobbit book study. Tuesday night on this channel, we'll be doing office hours again.
Welcome back, Professor Geek.
Indeed. And then Thursday night, the book study for Heir to the Empire. So lots of content. And I think next week the rewatch is on your channel, right, Al?
Yes.
Do you know what you're doing yet or anything? Or
not yet?
Not yet. Yeah.
I got a couple ideas.
He'll let you know eventually. And Troy's got awesome content coming to his channel as well. Links to all of their channels are below in the description. Can't wait for some of those action figure videos and stuff you're talking about.
Yep.
I could put one possibility out there. I've put out Robin Hood before, but with the new Doolittle movie coming out, you could watch the classic Rex Harrison Dr. Doolittle.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if anybody be interested in that though.
Yeah,
I actually like Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah, me too. I don't like the Eddie Murphy stuff, but I like the Rex Harrison one with the big snail and and the floating island.
But I have seen the new one, the previews and whatnot. Actually looks interesting to me, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that the animals talk though. I want only him to be able to hear the animals, but you don't actually need to hear the animals ourselves.
No.
Yeah.
It lends something to it because you're hearing it through his ears.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could see it, but I don't know. I'm a purist.
That's just your opinion, Al. That's just your Dr. Doolittle, but the other people have their Dr. Doolittle.
Crying out loud, Al, let people like stuff.
I know.
Now, dude, I want to say Professor Geek needs to cut me some slack because I watched his Lone Ranger movie.
That's true.
And I liked it
That
a
is
lot.
true. Leave
me alone.
I was very, at some point I'm going to do a rewatch on this channel of the Lone Ranger movie that everybody hates, and I'm going to point out, I'm going to do an analysis of it because I actually teach that film when it comes to the frontiersmen, and I think it's incredibly artistically made. I know no one believes me right now, and that's fine, but I'm gonna
it's great. It's great cinematography.
Yeah, amazing.
It's a beautiful film.
And the theme is all about bridging boundaries. And you see that, opening up right away. You see the Golden Gate Bridge being built, and you see that there. And you see the train coming into the west, and all the buffalo herd on the tracks, the two worlds colliding and everything. And it's brilliant. I like it quite a bit. But anyway, Caffeinated Commentator liked it too. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
So,
I felt like I said, I finally got around to watching it, and was completely into it.
Speaking of content in 2020, I'm hoping to see a lot more from Caffeinated Commentator.
Indeed. But so check that out. Make sure you're subbed. Go check out who else we got here. Go check out Sound Engraver's channel. Got some great music there. Who else has content here that's in the chat today? Steven Cruz, you should start doing some of your music on your channel because you got this amazing music you're always sharing on Twitter. You should start posting some to your channel because my channel music is all from Steven Cruz.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So all right, folks. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back for more. I'm gonna go rest up and get some fluids, as Tom Spiegel says. But thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight, Troy, Nanette, and Nell.
Yeah, it's fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Troy had lots of fun. All right. Well, until next time, keep enjoying and digging deeper into the hero stories you love. Thanks for watching.
Bye,
Good night, everyone.
May the force